Hi everyone! Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Lisa and today I'm going to talk about things I wish I knew in uni. This is something I wanted to share for a long time. I hope this video helps some people in a way, and yeah, I really wish I knew this kind of thing a few years before. So yeah, I hope I can be helpful to some people. So yeah, let's get started. And a little bit about myself. I graduated uni in 2021 in Sydney, and I moved to Japan to start my full-time job in a digital consulting company. So yeah, let's get started. Number one, be sure of what you want to do in the future. This is something I never knew. I don't blame you for not knowing what you want to do in the future, because I was like that as well. I could figure it out once I start working, and I could figure out what I like and what I don't. But I really feel like I could have done more research to know what it's like to be working in a certain field that I'm working in. I wish I did more research into more details about the job description, since we have a lot of information on the internet these days. It's completely normal to not knowing whether what you're studying is something that you want to pursue in the future, because I studied economics and Chinese solely because I really enjoyed it in high school. So I didn't really think about what I wanted to do. I thought if I studied something I liked, then I would have liked working with the things I learned in uni. So that's kind of thing that I picked, and I picked economics because I really enjoyed it in high school, and I still do to some extent. But I realized if I want to be an economist, it is really hard to be an economist for just having a bachelor's degree. You need some much more qualifications like PhD. So I didn't know this, and I wish I did more research. And for those who know exactly what you want to do, I'm so jealous that you know what you like and what you want to pursue in the future. I really wish I was like that. Even if you're sure about what you want to do in the future, I would recommend researching about what the day-to-day job is like for that position. If you want to be a software engineer, for example, you can look at what day-to-day job is like working as a software engineer. And if you see those descriptions suit your personality and work style, then perfect. I think you'll like it once you start working, since your expectation is meeting the expectation of the job. But if not, I would recommend considering what you really like and what you want to do. Another thing I've done in terms of my career choice was to take personality test, and I'll put the link down below. It's completely free to take a test, and they kind of measure your personality, and they recommend you a list of jobs that you might like based on your personality. For example, for me, I really like talking to people. That's why I film videos just for fun, because I really like talking. I miss kind of aspect in my life because I do a lot of sitting compared to talking. So this is something I miss. And after taking personality test, I had a recommendation of being like a nurse. For example, I don't like sitting all day not talking to people. I'm really a people person. I really like talking and crave for interaction. So nursing or HR manager are the jobs that are really suited compared to, for example, software engineering or paramedics, because I am super indecisive and I can't make the immediate choice for patients. So that's something that I'm not really suited based on my personality. And I really wished I took that test much earlier in my career so that I kind of knew, and I really should have taken that more seriously, because it's kind of accurate once you start working. I could definitely feel that if one job is not really compatible with how I am. I would recommend taking a test if you are unsure about what you want to do, and then if you're really sure about what you want to do, I would recommend going through day-to-day jobs of that job description that you're going for and see if you really like that job. So yeah, that's number one. I forgot to add this point in. Once you start working, it's good to have experience to some extent. I learned a lot in my first job, but if I want to go to another company, I basically have to start from entry level. I have no experience in the industry, and it will be the same as competing with other students, because I won't have the knowledge and I'll be starting from the ground up. So it doesn't really matter once you have work experience. Sometimes, of course, there's an exception, but for how I have experienced previously, it's really hard unless you have a certain experience. If you kind of know what you want to do, you don't really have to go detour to start everything from scratch. And this is why I said just have some idea about what you want to do. That's my point. Hope this makes sense. And move on to number 2. Travel as much as you can. I really should have done this much more than I thought. I thought I had fun. I had a great university years where I got to travel a few bit. I was in a very privileged position where I could travel, but not as much as I should have, because once you start working, you only have 2 weeks of PTO, and even if you can get more unpaid PTOs, is that how it works? Unpaid leaves, it doesn't mean you can take unlimited amount of time. Honestly, it depends on what kind of company you work for. Even though my company is so accommodating when it comes to leaves and stuff, I still feel the pressure to not leave for a long period of time. And I had much less responsibilities as a university student, so I really should have taken more leave. But back in uni, I had multiple casual jobs going on at the same time, and I felt very bad to tell my manager Helen to just get leave for like 2 weeks, because even if I worked casual, I felt so bad because I knew that my work was understaffed all the time, and I kind of enjoyed that job, so I felt so bad for taking leave and just worked instead of going somewhere else. But I really should have planned and then just took that time off when you can, and I really should have done it more. So if you're still in uni, it doesn't matter what your manager says, it's just a casual job, you're disposable, like it doesn't matter. Honestly, just take that leave and just enjoy your life. Money will come back, but the time you missed will not come back. You know? Okay. Number 3, invest as much as you can. This is something I should have done it much more when I was in university, because I've been investing for almost 2 years and it has grown so much more than I expected. I was like, whoa, is that how much it can go up in this period of time? It's much more than I thought. I was like, oh my goodness. I mean, the economy is kind of like skyrocketing, but at the same time, for someone who never really invested seriously more regularly, this is something that I didn't expect to grow that much. And if I invested even $10 or like even more, it would have grown up so much more, and I really should have done that when I was in uni and getting some income. If you're traveling and not have that much money, it's okay. Like, you can invest whenever you can. There's so many platforms where you can start investing from just as little as $5. There's so many investment options for small investors right now. I used to live in Australia, so I know like Sharesies and Spaceship. You can just invest from small amount, and that can really add up. And I really think I should have done it much more back in a few years. It would have gone up so much more. So yeah, I would recommend doing that. And I'm not taking any responsibilities for your financial decisions. I'm not a financial advisor, even though I'm studying for it kind of. But yeah, I would recommend just, researching what kind of things you're interested in investing. You might want to invest into index funds because that's less risky compared to stocks, and it's diversified, so less risk and stuff like that. You can just do all our research. And just for reference, I listen to a lot of Australian finance podcasts, and I've been listening to She's on the Money for years and years, and that has been very motivating to keep me updated with everything finance. So yeah, that's kind of a recommendation from me. Yeah. Oh, and then there's this app, I think it's called Sharesies, like Kiwi fintech company. It's like an app, and every time you pay with the account for like daily expenditures, it can automatically round up and then invest that small amount to the index fund of your choice or something like that. I've never used it, but isn't that so good? Like, you can invest without knowing it. And there's so many options, and yeah, I really wish I should have done more of this. Number 4, learning to cook and start meal prepping. This is something I'm grateful that I did back in university years. Just because I had multiple jobs on the same day, I had to be very organized to fit my meal time, and in order to do so, I always had to prepare a meal in advance so that I can eat healthy and nutritious meal in like a minute. This is something I really appreciated I did. I really wish I explored more about cooking, so I have more variety of stuff I can cook on the whim. I found meal prepping is very important because once you start working, I work in a very demanding and high pressured job, and sometimes I don't even get to have time to sit back and relax and just cook. Sometimes I have to eat as fast as I can and get back to work, and it's very stressful, and I sometimes don't have time to cook during lunchtime. I think it's kind of a waste of time to just cook every day and just eat and your lunchtime is gone for the day. So what I do is just cook everything at the first day of the week and just eat the same thing for the week. You don't have to do that. I do that just for simplicity, and I just don't like thinking about what I eat for lunch. It's just good to just take it out of the fridge and microwave it, and just like that, healthy and nutritious meal is done. So I appreciate my skill for doing that, and I would recommend start meal prepping so that it's good for your budget, your health, and your fitness. So you get more protein per meal, and it's just healthy and budget friendly. So yeah, highly recommend doing that. And I really wish I learned more recipes back in uni days, because when I'm on day off, I don't really feel like exploring, and I just want to lay in bed and watch movies or like do something else other than like house chore kind of activities, unless I'm doing it with someone else. So I wish I explored more cooking more, but I feel like I do well for how busy I was back then. Number 5. Have fun while it lasts. This is so important, and I'm really grateful that my university was filled with friends and just happiness, and I'm not taking anything for granted. I'm really grateful that I got to have this experience in my university years, and whenever I think about uni, it comes, despite all the tears and stress from assignments and exams, I'm really happy that I got to have this experience. And just when I think about uni, I'm grateful that I got to live in a city I absolutely adore and have my friends behind my back. And you're gonna live your university life. It's good to hustle. I think I did hustle quite a bit. I had multiple casual jobs at the same time, and it was overwhelming at times, but at the same time I also had fun with my friends, and I really enjoyed my life back then. I really did. I still miss my university years. But when I was in uni, I was so anxious by the fact that all my friends are getting professional experience and getting internships and climbing corporate ladder, and I was feeling so anxious that I was not getting any of that, and still working my hospitality and retail jobs that I wasn't really proud of working. I wasn't fully satisfied with it, but at the same time I'm grateful to some extent that I got to have this kind of experience. And when I look back thinking about it, what I can think of is just all happy memories. So I wish you have the same experience, and hope you have a happy, content uni life as much as I did. That's it from me, and thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy this video. It makes me want to create more content. I really appreciate you, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!